This says, I'm Bismarck from Accra. I've been dating this girl for about 4 years now, and we really love each other and want to spend the rest of our lives together. Problem now is that she went to church and the pastor asked her if she's in a relationship with a man. If she's in a relationship and a man should come and ask for her hand in marriage, will she go ahead to marry the guy, or will she choose to stay in her current relationship? She said she replied that she will choose the marriage proposal. After her answer, the pastor told her that if she is indeed in a relationship, she should advise herself. Here lies the case. We both don't want to lose each other. But with what the pastor said, my girlfriend said she's very confused, doesn't know what to do, and she doesn't want to lose me either. I felt so heartbroken after she told me this. I'm confused too. What should I or we do? We need your advice. All right. Libby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I was a bit confused though. So what is it?
So
what
pastor
exactly
says
the
that.
pastor say?
Pastor says that. He says, are you in a relationship? She says, yes, she is currently.
Okay.
Now she's saying, if another man comes right now and proposes, like says that he wants to marry you, will you choose to stay in this relationship in which you're not married, or go for the marriage proposal? As in marry the guy
even
who's
if he's
proposing
a
marriage. Even if he's a stranger, let's just say.
He wants to marry.
Right? Yes, as long as. So when she said she'll go for the guy who's proposing marriage, pastor says, then reconsider the relationship you're in.
Oh wow! So the problem is the girl.
How's it the girl?
Or because if she will be keen to go out with somebody who just turned up to say, I'm ready to marry you.
Means she wants to get married now.
She wants to get married now.
Current guy isn't ready.
Thank you. And you to this current guy, 4 years, what are you doing? Like, you see, like...
It depends on how old they are.
Okay, good question. It depends on how old you are. Million and one reasons. But, you see, if you've been in a relationship with her for 4 years, I don't see why she should be confused. I'm just trying to picture myself going out with my husband. We've been together through thick and thin. He knows me, I know him. We share the same religious beliefs and stuff. And we love each other, and the love is genuine, it's deep, it's real. And then I go to church one day, and then my pastor says, if some guy wants to marry me right now, would I say yes? Hell no. Because I know what I want, and I know I can vouch for the love my partner has for me and I have for him. So that's why I keep going back to the fact that the girl is the problem.
Right.
You see, what does she want? She
wants marriage.
Exactly. She wants marriage, but you see, based on what does she have at the back of her mind? What is she thinking? So you get married, and then what? She's ready to marry a complete stranger, and for me, that's worrying. Just because you want the tag Mrs. And therefore, for Sabi's sake, let me say, it's not easy just getting married. Marriage is for mature people. You have to be ready for marriage. And I don't think that she's quite there mentally, because clearly her objectives for getting married are what? Close to zero. Like, get married, there's a fancy wedding, get married, I have 2 kids, and then what? Every relationship, every marriage, and it's very essential, it's very important. I cannot say this enough. The relationship has to be based on some solid foundation. You have to be 110% sure that, even in my sleep, even in my subconscious, I am so sure about this guy I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And if today she can't say that, then you as a guy, are you going or are you coming? And the question is, why does she feel like that though? Okay, does she feel like that because you as a guy, you're not giving her the security she wants? Or why does she feel like that?
Maybe she's growing old.
She's growing old. But then again, it's a conversation to have. You see what I mean? It's a conversation to have. And for me, believe it or not, I feel like the pastor, I don't know, it didn't say that it was a prophecy or anything, but clearly the pastor was like, okay, the pastor has every right to tell her that then she could reconsider the relationship that she's been in for 4 years. If you're ready to just jump out of it like that, then really?
Yes.
He has every right to ask her. And she came back
to tell
and told you. Chai.
That's the issue.
She came back to tell you. And you were confused. About what? And the girl too is confused.
She's not. She knows what she wants.
Thank you. But clearly, you are the guy who's confused. I don't know. Moving forward, maybe you just need to ask her again. So maybe you don't understand what you sent us. So ask her. So, Adramansa, if my friend just came down from UK and he wants to marry you, are you going to actually leave me? And find out from her. And then once she gives you an answer, you know that, okay, Charlie, this is a girl who is ready to go when the next, good thing happens. So then it makes me wonder, should you even end up marrying her today? And she finally gets her heart's desire. She's those kind of women who decide, okay, once I get married, oh, finally I got married, so I really don't care about my body, I really don't care about this, I'm married, and that's it, I'm here. But then again, so when challenges come, and what frame of mind is she in? What's that thing that binds you together? For me, if that is not there, and she's ready to quit the relationship, I really don't think it's a relationship you should be in. That's your answer. Really.
All right. Sabby, let me come to you. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm very confused by this one. Not because it's confusing, but I don't understand why people are putting themselves in a tizzy with something that's clearly very evident. Like, I don't understand why she said she would accept another proposal. That's just very weird to me. And then number two, she goes and she tells the guy.
Right.
Like
that.
Are you manipulating him on purpose? Are you trying to push the marriage? Maybe he hasn't. If I'm listening correctly, the guy who she's been dating for 4 years has not proposed to her as yet, right?
Right. Obviously, yeah.
So it makes me feel like then that was her way of trying to get him to panic and to try and fast track whatever he needs to fast track, because it will create a thing in his mind of she's going to leave me. Why else would you do that?
Right.
Who in their right mind wants to create doubt in their partner's mind on purpose? But for me, the way this is done is, I think that was a fair enough question. Her response is weird. There's manipulation here. I feel like she's trying to force this guy's hand. I don't understand why anybody's confused. There's nothing to be confused about. The problem here is people don't want to be honest. Nobody wants to speak the truth. I don't know why we like to behave like we're living our lives at gunpoint. I don't understand that. This is our life. We are responsible for the choices that we make. We are responsible for the people that we bring in our lives. We have a choice. We are participants. We are not victims. Why can't we just ask somebody the truth? That just tells me that there's a lot of work that this girl still needs to do. I'm sorry, like, it's manipulation. This guy, I don't understand what he's confused about. There's nothing to be confused about. If you've been with someone for 4 years and then she comes and tells you, oh no, if somebody else came and asked me to marry them, I would. The first question I'd ask is, what does that mean? Instead of me writing and trying to figure it out, I would go to the horse themselves and hear it from the horse's mouth. What does that mean?
Right.
Where's your thought process? Do you understand? But instead, we keep it in our hearts. Then we get afraid. Then we get resentful. But we don't ask the person who's saying this. Like, what does he have to lose?
Right. I mean, you said it all. Gail, let me hear your thoughts.
I like how she said they use the word manipulation, but I'm going to go a step further. I think society has a huge role to play here. I think society is also manipulating how the how do you call it? Like, I don't know how to call it. If it's the success ladder, for lack of a better phrase. You know how when you're born, you go to school, you get a job. You know, society can't
like they're ticking the boxes for you, right? So
it conditions you. So you
after school it has to be get a job after a job. It's married after married. It's kids.
And when it comes to women, they bear the brunt of it. If you don't have kids, you're not married. People don't take you serious. You can be anything. You can be a president, whatever. You can be whatever, and they will ask you, are you married? Do you have kids?
Right.
Every time. So for most women, I'm saying this based on the things I hear. It's like when you're with a guy for that long, like they're saying, definitely at the back of her mind, as long as there's no ring, she doesn't value the relationship. Whether he's treating her right or wrong, as long as there's no ring and there's no whatever wedding, it's like then my relationship is not, I don't feel secure. But I think it's the mistake people do, because like I keep saying, it's based on what's happening in the relationship that should make you want to make things official, and not the signing of the paper itself that will make your relationship valuable. It's what you guys do with each other and how your relationship grows. It's not whether I sign a paper or not. Because, for example, I can say Oprah has been with her man for what, 30 years or more. It's still solid.
Yeah.
I don't know what goes on in there, but at least what we see is like they're still together.
Right.
You don't need that paper. But I think in Africa, that's what they've made us to think. That's why she can easily just say that I can accept a marriage proposal from a total stranger just because of, you know, the ring.
Right.
You see, and that's so sad, you see. And for her telling her guy as well, like you're all saying, maybe they've talked about it or they haven't talked about it, but she doesn't know how to tell him, like, this is what I feel, this is what I feel should happen for me to feel like, okay, I'm secure and everything. Rather than, for you know, she didn't even talk to any pastor, who knows? She's just finding a way to just get him on that, you know, topic, and then she can have that conversation. But what I think is that they should ask themselves whether their relationship is worth cementing. If it's something that they feel like, I don't know whether you said something about that. Like if you feel your relationship, it's you said something about foundation.
Yeah,
Yes.
foundation.
If you have the correct foundation, you guys feel you have a shot at having a long-lasting relationship, then maybe you can bring in the marriage thing, but not because you feel you have to marry. But you feel, okay, yes, we are there. Let's just make it official.
Right.
So, like Sabi said, the communication is not. It's not, how do you call it, mature.
It's not great, yeah.
No, it's like her mind is somewhere and his mind is somewhere, and I think it's just, I don't know. It doesn't carry any weight.
Talk about the wrong reasons to get married.
And then I feel like they shouldn't allow people to keep, like she said, interfering every time. People put so much stock in what their pastors or their religious leaders say so much that you let them interfere. Fine, you can listen to other, you know, angles. For you know, they're saying things you don't see because you're in it, so you might not see that you're going on the wrong path. You can listen, but the final decision is left for you to make, because you're the one who's going to be with this person.
But you never know. Maybe this pastor was just questioning her based on his observation.
Trying to make her think.
Exactly.
Does he even exist? I'm wondering.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Assuming that he even existed, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he asked her this based on observation.
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, there are obviously some terrible pastors out there, and there's some really, really amazing pastors out there. And as far as I'm concerned, he didn't prophesy or say anything to her. He said, okay, if this is your decision, then you need to think about it.
Right.
And he has every right to tell her that.
Right.
Well.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with the fact that he told her that. What I have a problem with is the fact that she went back to tell the guy.
Yeah.
Like, I would never. I'm sorry, if I was that lady, I would not say that. Unless, as Sabi said, she's trying to low-key prompt him that, yo, we've been doing this for 4 years.
What you want.
What are you waiting for, kind of thing. It's tricky. She says she loves you. You say you still love her. You say that you vow to each other that you're going to be together forever. So what's the issue here? Why should what a pastor says matter in the grand scheme of things? And he's saying, think about it. Maybe this is a wake-up call for both of you to start taking this journey together a little more seriously. You know, so my guy, Bismarck, you're the one who wrote to us. If maybe you're not you haven't been thinking about making an honest woman out of her, this is a time to maybe start putting things together. If that is what you really do want to do. You say you love her, so what's the issue? If it's financial, then sit her down, explain to her that, babe, I'm not in a position right now to do X, Y, and Z because of A, B, and C. So give me some time. We will get there. You trust me. You love me. We're in this together. Give her an assurance so she doesn't go listening to people who are saying, well, if your current boyfriend isn't offering you marriage, then you know, that kind of thing, right? So, Charlie, look sharp. Look sharp. That's all we're saying. Thank you so much for watching Sister Sister on your favorite City TV. Now, don't forget, if you want some more exciting content, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We call it the City Tube. And don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications for fresh updates.
Sister Sister, every Friday at 9 p.m. only on City TV.